Salamat po. Maupo po tayo lang. Secretary R.C. Balisacan, Deputy Director General of NEDA, Yusek Nestor Miyares IV, Yusek Margarita Songco, Yusek Rolando Tungpalan, Yusek Emmanuel Lesguera, former Secretary Dondon Padaranga, Mr. Antonio Calo Jr., officials and employees of the National Economic Development Authority and its attached agencies, officers and scholars of the Development Academy of the Philippines, fellow workers in government, mga minamahal ko po kababayan, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Medyo malamig yung simoy dito. Kala ko nabalik kami sa Davos. I'm told that the National Economic Development Authority's history is even longer than most people think. Perhaps as long as the famous NEDA board meetings. Joking aside, however, before there was a NEDA, there was the National Economic Council established way back in December of 1935 through Commonwealth Act No. 2. An endeavor I'm told that my grandfather, then a representative for the 2nd District of Tarlac, was part of. Whether in 1935 or 2013, and whichever name you go by, the existence of your agency shows that government must be concerned with the efficient allocation of resources. This, after all, is what economic planning and development is all about. And as a student of economics, I myself go by the same philosophy in governance. We are aware, however, that this has not always been the case, as Secretary R.C. himself acknowledged earlier. There have been times when NEDA's mandate was subverted in favor of pursuing intentions that were less than honorable. Baka dito pwede ko mabigyan kayo ng example. Ako po'y mas bata pa. May nabasa ho kung isang libro, medyo maiksi ho, ang ngalan ay The Human Cost of Bananas. Tapos meron para study ho ito isang socio-anthropologist na conditions in the banana industry, especially for the workers. Pero may subset to, dulo nung kanyang study, may binanggit to na nagtayo ng mga sugar central sa Mindanao. Plural po, more than one. Okay? Problema po, walang tubo, pusanla itatayo yung mga sugar central. So meron hong gigiling, may panggiling pero walang gigilingin. Okay? So ang NEDA raw po ay nag-study at sinabi ng study ng NEDA, in 20 years time, obsolete na yung planta. And by that time, they would not have recaptured they would not have gotten the return on investment. Bottom line, it didn't make economic sense to set it up, given that it would be obsolete and you would still not have recovered your initial investment. But lo and behold, there were at least 2 and probably 3 sugar centrals that were put up, and siguro that comes to my main point, no? Ang hirap po mag-aral, gagawin yung pinakamahusay ng magagawa nyo, ipapasa nyo sa magdedesisyon, tapos sasabihin sa inyo, thank you, at gagawin ng baliktad. Tapos kinabukasan, papasok ka, paghihirapan mo na may problema, tatapusin mo yung proseso, sa dulo ng proseso, sasabihin sa inyo, thank you na naman, baliktad na naman ang gagawin, at pag pumalpa kayo, may kasalanan. Okay. Through the Filipino people's clamor for change, we have been able to leave that way of doing things in the past. And today, I am glad to see an agency truly dedicated to fulfilling their mandate and serving the Philippines. No longer are decisions based on political convenience or self-aggrandizement. Now, decisions are made in a rational and just manner, a reflection of our commitment to good governance, which recognizes the need for careful planning and the prioritization of our goals. This is why, in 2010, when we first took office, your agency was charged with translating our commitments and our social contract with the Filipino people into specific strategies and programs. NEDA proved itself up to the challenge and formulated the Philippine Development Plan 2011 to 2016, which set in stone our administration's goals of achieving inclusive growth, creating employment opportunities for our people, and reducing poverty, as well as the strategies we would employ to realize these goals. From ensuring that official development assistance, or ODA, is used appropriately for the development of the Philippines, to providing the national government with the data and analysis necessary for informed decisions, to providing evaluations and assessments of government's biggest proposed projects. Your work is invaluable in our quest to sustain our economic development. At this point, allow me to thank former Secretary Cayetano Padaranga, current Secretary R.C. Balisacan, and all of those who make up this agency for your dedication. It can be said that much of your agency's output is done behind the scenes. This does not mean, however, that the work you do goes unnoticed. More than chronicling the successes of the Philippine economy through updated data and analysis, NEDA is the leader in economic planning and development for the entire country. You have the responsibility of coordinating the efforts and ensuring the cooperation of all national government agencies so that we can move as one nation towards the fulfillment of our highest aspirations, growth that leaves no Filipino behind. In recent months, it seems that there has been more good than bad news with regards to our economy, and NEDA has played a critical role in this resurgence. The good news we shared with the businessmen and world leaders we met with during the recently concluded World Economic Forum are results of your efforts to align the work of agencies. From our economic growth averaging 6.5% for the first 3 quarters of 2012 to the fact that the previous year's average inflation rate has been kept within our targets, to developments we have made in our 3 priority sectors, namely agriculture, tourism, and infrastructure. Excuse me. The data shows that the Philippine economy is growing, as it reveals the work we have put in our accounts and work we have put in and accounts for our successes. The data also reminds us of the need to ensure that this growth is sustainable and broad-based so that we can sooner achieve our goal of inclusive growth. This is why we are continuing our efforts to level the playing field, to weed out corruption, and to step up our competitiveness in the global market. This is why we continue to invest in our human capital through education, health, and social services. This is why we have identified key sectors for growth, including the 3 already mentioned, and have put in place initiatives that will facilitate their growth. We have much left to do, and NEDA will become an even more important partner in the years ahead. If we want to be sure that our efforts will yield the best results, our next moves must be calculated. The timeliness, accuracy, and relevance of the economic data you provide allows not only the national government but the wider public, including investors, to make the decisions that will allow us to realize the vision defined in the Philippine Development Plan. We are counting on you today. I am asking each one of you to strive for even better performance of your duties. I realize that these are enormous and often difficult tasks, but this request is no different from the request I have made of other public servants or even of the rest of our countrymen. When I promised that our government would tread the straight path, I did not say it would be easy. The truth is there will be no shortage of difficulties in the road ahead. So it is even more important for all of us to support each other and walk the straight path together. If NEDA has the responsibility of coordinating development efforts, each and every employee must do their best so that the agency as a whole performs well. And you can expect no less from the rest of us, whether in government or in wider society. In this way, we can fill the cracks as we go along and propel our country to even greater success. My warmest congratulations on your anniversary. And before I end, can I just share this insight? While in Switzerland, I really marveled, first of all, at the cleanliness of the roads in the middle of winter. It seemed like there was a sweeper, that swept every bit of snow from all the roads that we had to travel. But what was more impressive was the number of tunnels we had to cross to go to Davos. Ano nyo, para bang, di ba pag inisip natin ng Switzerland, imagery dyan, Swiss Alps, baka si Heidi, tsaka nagpapastol ng baka. Pero talaga pag meron silang gustong gawin, tila sabihin, kailangan natin pumunta doon. Sige, butasin natin itong bundok na to. Diretso tayo doon. Our travel time could have been cut down by about an hour, I was told. If we had gone through all of these tunnels, that would have made the trip shorter, but the security objected to all the tunnels we had to cross through. Okay? So ano ang punto nun? Isipin nyo, Switzerland, gano'ng kalaki population versus ours. Pag inisip nyo yung environment na, siyempre, mas hostile rather than ours. In short, marami silang disadvantage, but they are a very, very rich country, and they really work to maximize the effects of their comparative advantage, basically in finance. So, simple lang ho. Talagang mapaparating tayo sa paroroonan natin kung lahat tayo kumakayod at tumahatak tungo sa isang direksyon. Kung ibibigay natin ang kaya natin, kung lalampasan pa natin, ikala natin kaya natin, baka naman mapamadali ang parating natin doon. Importante ho, ang binibigay niyong datos sa amin, siyempre, may kasabihin nga sa mga mahilig sa computer, garbage in, garbage out. Pag mali ang datos nyo o hindi naangkop ang oras, di lalo na maantabala ang ating desisyon. Alam mo nyo, siguro dalawang bagay na lang, no? Noong araw may nabasa ako isang artikulo tungkol sa isang toy company. Well, actually, it's a toy retailer. Nag-invest sila doon sa point of purchase terminals. Okay. Bottom line, every day may inventaryo sila ng tumatakbo at hindi tumatakbong mga produktong ibinebenta nila. So yung nakakala na magiging hit ng Kapaskuhan na yun, nakita na sa datos nila, hindi pala masyadong naghihikayat ng mga customer. Diniscount nila, tinanggal yung inventaryo, pinalitan ng mas fast-moving. Bottom line, nalugay yung mga kalaban na sila ho, ang laki ng inasenso. Dahil nga ho, tama yung datos, nakakilos nung panahon na may halaga pa yung decision nila. So, si RCO talaga palagi ko na-improve na. Mukhang hindi na ho tayo maghihintay ng patapos sa ng next quarter para makuha yung datos nung naunang quarter. Ito hong boss nyo, sasabihin ko, talagang sobrang sipag. Pag nasa aeroplano ko kami, gumagawa ng graph at gumagawa ng explanation ng mga graph niya sa kanya pong iPad. Sabi ko sa kanya, RC, bakit di ka na-brief? Ang pinakabakasyon natin sa mga biyaheng to, yung panahon na nasa aeroplano tayo. Baka makakonsulta ka rin ni Secretary Ona at sabihin, kailangan mo rin magpahinga. Huwag muna. Kailangan natin lalong iparangkada ang ating ekonomiya. Kanina ho, nireport sa atin, nagbukas raw stock market, lampas na 6,200 na level. No, just 2.5 years ago, 4,000. Seem to be not reachable. Alam niyo, pasensya na kayo, parang pareho naman ang discipline natin. Dadagdagan ko lang ng konti. Meron isang napakalaking business delegation dumating sa Pilipinas kamakailan. At yung naiwan sa aking alala, sabi nila, please consider our products and services not only on the basis of price, but on the quality and the ability to transfer technology. Ngayon, bakit ko nabanggit ito? Kasi nung presidente nanay ko, nagpunta ako sa bansa nila, nakausap ko itong parehong organisasyon na ito at halos lumudo ako makiusap na pwede ho ba mag-invest kayo sa Pilipinas. Ngayon ho, sila nakikiusap sa ating tangkilikin ang mga produkto nila. Ako, parang bumaliktad na ang mundo. Pagdating naman sa Davos, meron na yung pinaka-enjoy ko hong meeting. Siyempre lahat to doon na gusto ko. Yung sa anti-corruption na in-sponsor organisasyon ngalan ay Apache. No? Yung mga sumunod sa ating tagapagsalita, nagsasabi sila ng mga plano nila tungo sa anti-corruption effort sila. At ako siyempre may konting dignidad tayo, pero gusto sana sabihin, yung pinaplano nyo, ginagawa na namin. Baka gusto nyo mag-aral na lang sa amin, mapapadali yung proseso nyo. No? Pero siyempre, humble tayo, kaya hindi na lang tayo magsalita. Pero importante, doon sa mga CEOs na nakausap namin, meron mga kumpanya over 100 years na nasa Pilipinas. Yung pinakabata ko doon sa luma, 66 years na raw sila nasa Pilipinas. At lahat po sila, talagang mahirap naman magtaas sa sarili bangko, pero talaga sobrang ganado na magpalawak pa ng negosyo nila. At yung mga hindi pa nakakasali, talaga naman nagmamadali ang magpadala ng kanilang mga delegasyon para suriin ang mga pagkakataon para may pasok ang kanilang puhunan. Okay? Sabi nga ho, pag darating mga araw, sasabihin nyo, di na tayo naubusan ng problema. Alam mo nyo, pag dumating yung punto na naubusan tayo ng problema, yun po ang problema. Dahil magiging boring ang buhay natin. Pero siguro, mas maganda na yung, di ba? Mas maganda na yung uri ng mga problema natin ngayon. Tulad, pag kinakausap natin ng Bangko Sentral, kailangan naman raw natin ma-absorb yung dollars na nasa sistema natin para mabawasan yung pressure sa piso. Sabi ko, mas maganda na yata ang problema yan kaysa naghahanap tayo ng dollar para mag-angkat ng crudo. Yeah. So, ganoon lang ho yun. Magpapalit at siyempre habang tama ang ginagawa natin, magiging tama ang solusyon at manggagaling po yan dahil sa dedikasyon po niya. Maraming salamat po. Maganda po sila.